We tried to film an intro, but the intro we recorded was completely ruined. Hey guys, so this is my first mukbang. But I just like to welcome you to my channel. My name is Lexi. The video recorded today was with my stepbrother Reese. We did like spooky stories because it's October and now it's Halloween. It's the best time to share spooky stories and eat junk food, right? Anyways, let's get it. The first stop we went to was Chick-fil-A and we got nuggets. So we got the regular nuggets and then the grilled nuggets.
The grilled ones are kind of trash. I'm having the fried ones.
At least I eat relatively healthy. I never have gluten or dairy or meat.
I love gluten, dairy, and meat.
This is all we got. And the lady gave us 2 dipping sauces. Am I an official YouTuber? And then we went to Jack in the Box.
J-Box. We're pigging out.
Oh, these are so greasy.
Good.
This table is gonna be so gross.
They're all soaked through. Oh. Wait, what toy did they give us?
They gave us Pokemon!
I wanted Hello Kitty. This is kind of bullshit.
And then we got Burgerville, which is a Pacific Northwest
it's really
fast
good.
food. It is really good.
I live off it, so. Alright, so I'm just gonna start eating.
Pretty good. And then I got the seasonal pumpkin spice coconut milk milkshake.
The frosted lemonade is better.
This is so much food.
The sauce on the Burgerville is really good.
So it's October. Do you have any ghost experiences? Ghost stories?
No.
Nothing? Do you believe in ghosts?
Okay, now it's just a religious video. It's
No,
taken down. So when I was like 10, right? I lived with this chick for a little bit. For a while, actually.
To specify, this is my stepbrother, not my real brother.
No, not real at all. I hate her. But I was bored. I was looking for Lexi. And I went upstairs and I looked in her room. And I don't know how to describe it. You had like a table like this, kind of. And there was a bunch of stuff on it. And all the stuff just completely flew off to the side. Scary movie style? Yeah. It looked like someone got their arm and they just pushed it all off. Like I would do it to the food, but I'm gonna eat that. And it was like, I got spooked out. I honestly freaked out, but like, that's the only thing that's ever happened that I can't explain. I don't know what that could have been besides like a ghost. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if I believe in ghosts fully. Like, maybe I was just tripping.
I have so many ghost stories.
What's like the spookiest one?
In the very first house I lived at, I swear it was haunted. So my mom has this baby book collecting like first strands of hair and first words, random stories and stuff like that. And there was this one time, I talked at a young age and I think I was like 2. My mom wrote this story out that okay, here's how my house was set up. There was the front door and then this super long hallway. And there was my parents' room here, a spare room here, and my room was at the very end of the hallway. So there was a door, if that makes sense.
Good.
Okay.
It does make perfect sense.
So my crib or whatever I slept on at this point.
Hey MTV, welcome to my crib.
No, but my crib was facing the window. And so her back was facing down the hallway. Out of nowhere, I was just like,
hey mommy, that's a pretty Yeti.
And she was like, super freaked out, not knowing like if someone broke in and she can't see and someone might be running down the hallway with an axe, you never know. So she's asking about this lady, asking me what she looks like, and I was talking about that she's wearing this old-time dress. The neck was up to here. It was a white dress. It was buttoned up. It was super pretty and lacy. And she had black shoes and blonde hair that was tied up all pretty in the back. And she was just standing at the end of the hallway. And I just kept saying, it's this pretty Yeti. My mom was, I don't know what she's doing. Let's just say, doing my hair. So she turns around really quickly. And obviously there's no one there because I'm this little 2-year-old ghost seeing child. But
understandable.
That was my very first ghost story. Have no memory other than that story my mom wrote out. Ooh, I have a good one. She made it up. No, I have a really good one. Hold on.
You have no memory besides what your mom told you. That means your mom was tripping and she just made that
There's
up.
more to this. Hold on. I was a very sassy child. Still kind of am. But I remember I was probably 7 years old.
Your light turned off. It was a ghost. No, I'm just kidding. See, this has a logical explanation. If you say this is a ghost right now,
this thing totally just fell.
Oh, it's recording now. Did you do that? What the fuck's going on? Okay, so it wasn't recording. She turned it off to try to fix it, and the whole tripod just straight up fell, and I had to catch it. Okay.
Not to mention the light just turned off by itself.
Should I finish Lexi's burger? If she's not gonna eat it, I mean, she'll probably come back and eat it, but I don't know. Oh, what the fuck? I took a bite of that.
You ate all of the nuggets?
I thought you wanted the grilled ones.
I do, but I want some of those.
Not bad. I thought you wanted the healthier ones. You know what?
We're splitting.
I forgot to give you my share of the money, so you can have $6.
Thank you. Out of the
That's no.
burger we spent. Where was I in my story?
I don't know,
yeah.
man.
So I was a sassy kid, and I was 7 years old. I slammed a lot of doors, getting mad at my mom or whatever reason why. And my mom threatened that if I slammed the door one more time, she was gonna take off the door from the hinge. And not believing her because I'm gonna need to change and do whatever 7-year-olds do in their room. I slammed the door one more time. Shocking. Later that very night, I remember waking up because there was some kind of noise out my room, just shuffling around. Then the light turned on, and then the light turned off, and then the light turned on again. And this
Electrical problems, huh?
No, and then this was back when flat screens weren't really a thing. So we had those super fat TVs, and you had to push the button all the way in. Your finger had to go do you remember those TVs? No, he's too young.
I didn't exist.
It was you push the button to turn it on. There was no way the TV could have turned on by itself. And it made this super high pitched sound, and then it would go down. And so the light was on, and then the TV, the button was pushed, and there was a high pitched sound, and then it went down. And then there was we were watching Friends or something later that night.
Show.
And we never changed the channel to anything weird before we turned it off. We just turned it off. It wasn't super loud all the way up. So the TV turns on, it's blaring loud, and it's just that black and white salt and pepper fights looking kind of thing. And it wasn't on a channel. I was so scared. I was just paralyzed. I couldn't move. Just in my bed, thinking if I hide under the covers, no one's gonna see me.
So you could see the TV from your room?
No. So the TV was around this corner. So here's the front door, here's the hallway, and here's my room. I changed rooms back and forth a lot. Here's my room, and you walk this way around this corner, and there's the living room. So the TV's way over here, and then the light turns off again, and then the kitchen light turns on. At that point, I finally build up the courage to run to my parents' room, and I can hear my dad snoring. He snored really loud at this point, and I'm shaking my mom awake. So both of my parents are clearly asleep, and all this is going on. There's still noises in the kitchen. I was just frantically asking what was going on, if someone was in the house, if that was them. My mom shook my dad awake, and he checked the whole house. He checked outside. He came back. He said no one was there, and he just turned off the lights and pushed the button, and they were just okay, go back to bed. It was nothing. You're imagining it. That I will never forget.
The TV with the lights, that's either a really crazy coincidence that they both had problems. Maybe it was just everything electrical had a problem. But that's
right,
a crazy
but it was
coincidence.
just that part of the house.
Yeah, that's
it wasn't both the living rooms or the hallway or the other rooms or the bathrooms. It was just the living room and the kitchen and the TV. And there was shuffling around.
Maybe someone broke in and just f***ed with everything.
But everything was closed and locked, and I don't know how. I can't think of any explanation. Oh, we should have got taco sauce for the tacos.
The apples! I popped them open. That was loud. It's completely sealed. Oh. Should I give it to Soon? Get her over here.
Alexa, can dogs have apples?
Apple is a good source of vitamins for dogs.
Sonny,
Apple
come here.
seeds are poisonous. Dogs can have a few slices of apple but should avoid the core.
Alexa, play Stairway to Heaven. She gonna do it?
Stairway to Heaven by Mastodon from Davis's Spotify.
Mastodon.
What is that?
They exist. You
Well,
can
what did
barely
you
see
expect?
it.
She just played
I don't
it.
know. Yeah, I don't know any of their songs. Probably because I don't listen to metal. Well, I'll be right back. I have to That was a good shit. Alexa, play Freebird.
Alexa, stop.
I was having fun.
There's no fun on this channel.
Just leave, click away right now. This isn't even fun. Yeah, do you have any stories? I thought you had like a story or something you're gonna tell.
There was this one time. So my dad's house in Eugene, when we first moved in, this house was made in, I think, 1920. Because it's a super old town. It's around, like it's a town close to Eugene. But I just say Eugene. Whatever. So when my dad bought the house, it was an absolute junker. Everything had to be redone. Like the ceiling was hanging low and saggy. It was rotting. We had to redo the pipes and under the house and
I mean, you didn't do anything, right?
No, I just sat and watched.
But there was this weird like entryway that there was like a front door and then I don't know, like another door around this. I don't know how to describe it really.
You eat your food. Look at that.
I'm getting full.
Whoa.
I'm
Let
getting
me show
full.
it. That's nasty. There's like a pile of a bunch of stuff on here and there was a taco on there. Let's eat your food, man.
I'm telling stories. You'd be in the same spot if you had stories.
Yeah, you're right.
What was I saying? So there was just this weird, it wasn't like a deck or anything. It was like totally closed off to the front door. It was another door. Sort of like a mudroom, but really, really small. And so it was pretty ugly. So my dad tore that down and made the normal front door just the front door. And I guess the lady who lived in the house before. Okay, hold on. Backtrack. There was a gravestone in the backyard. This was like a 1/4 acre and totally fenced off.
Why'd you move in?
Because it was pretty, or like it had all the good potential. There was a gravestone in the back and like rocks around it. Now, fast forward. We took it down. The lady that lived there first and died there must have been super pissed at us because the day after this happened, it was me and my best friend. My dad was on a run and we're by ourselves. I think we were playing video games. We were playing Call of Duty, the zombies, and the sound was freaking us out. So we turned off the sound on the TV and turned on the radio. I was listening to that because that makes it less scary. And suddenly there was like a fireplace. The fire turned on by itself. It was a gas stove. And the TV
That's a
started
hazard.
going the TV started going blurry, like something was walking by.
Wait,
the dog,
what? Is that a thing?
it was just going like colorful. Like, have you ever pushed super hard on a like laptop or anything and
yeah.
it gets weird? That's what it looked like, but on the TV. No one was pushing on it.
I've never seen that.
It was me and Kaya sitting on the couch, and there was a space between us, and my dog gets up,
Was it her?
and she's like, yeah. She gets up, she puts her front paws up, and she's like looking behind us, and the hair on the back of her neck starts standing
The
up.
hackles,
and she's
bro.
growling and starts barking and freaking out and like pacing around the living room.
She does that
like a
anyway,
maniac.
though, all the time.
No, but even worse, like spazzing out to the max. And then the radio changes to a different channel, and it's like that scratchy, like in between channels.
I love those channels. You
It
don't like
was
those?
so weird. It was so freaky. And I know that it sounds like some weird Dr. Phil of like, the ghost pushed me down the stairs. But it was really freaky. And I don't know any explanation but a ghost.
I'm really full, but I'm just gonna keep going.
We have an apple pie.
Oh, the apple.
Oh my god.
I'm
Aggressive.
fat. You don't take the apple
Fat.
pie from the fat kid.
Do you have any more stories?
Oh, I ain't got no more.
I have so many more. I could go on for
The
days.
second we're actually done recording, I mean, a million stories are gonna pop into my head. I'm too full to think.
That's no
I've
correlation.
ate so many. There is a correlation. I've ate so many pounds of food today. I'm gonna stretch my gut.
Well, now that we've run out of stories to tell and we're full and the food is mostly finished, this is the end of the video. Thanks for watching. If you've made it this far, I appreciate it. I hope you were entertained by our scary stories and our crunching and eating the most junk food you could ever think of. But don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your buddies if they want to get
want to see it.
spooked out by these stories. That's it?
That's it? I can
That's
shoot?
it? You can shoot?
Yes! I did it!